y'all. OMG, I'm struggling. Obviously, I'm struggling to put out long form YouTube content, but hey, I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it perfect, but I'm gonna get it done. And I'm gonna put the videos out. Today, I finished a midterm. I'm gonna bleach my brows right now. I just cleaned my bathroom and I was cleaning my toilet and I thought, are you loved or are you tolerated? Where are you tolerated, right? I'm doing this all in the dead silence of my apartment, of course. But just a little something I was thinking about. So let me get a mirror because I also want to see what I'm doing. I don't know. I was thinking about this because I definitely feel like I'm tolerated in my class. You know what I mean? I'm taking my class. You got to show up once a week for like 2 hours. Y'all are probably like, shut up, dude. We're doing this full time. I cannot. After undergrad, I don't know how y'all do 15 hours, but I guess I was doing like 18 hours as well. You know what I mean? It's just what you do. It's like, how do high school students do 8 hours a day type of thing? It's crazy. But either way, I bring up the are you loved or are you tolerated because I was thinking about how I'm pretty much just tolerated in my class, which does it suck? Sure. Does it matter? No, right? I'm going to class, I'm speaking up, I'm, talking about my thoughts. I feel slighted sometimes when I do. I feel like my instructor is rude to me. She was nice to me today, so okay, but am I the only one she's rude to? I don't necessarily know. I feel like no sometimes, and other times I'm like, what did I do to you? Type of thing. And I feel like this happens with me a lot when it comes to, older women sometimes, and it's very weird. But either way, but then I was thinking about how some of us might deal with this in relationships, right? I would rather be alone, but some people sit there and they're all good with being tolerated in their relationships. And maybe it's because they figure, well, I'm tolerating you too, right? I don't know about all that. I don't think I'm supposed to suffer in this lifetime. Do you know what I'm saying? I think I'm supposed to enjoy who I'm with and I'm supposed to, be loved and almost be worshipped, because that's how I love. I get obsessed and, I feel like I love pretty hard, but if I don't feel like that's happening back to me, I'm gonna lose interest. I'm gonna not be able to participate in certain ways. And it's like, if you're slacking off, I'm definitely gonna slack off. That's a big reason why I'm really not particularly successful at dating men. Because when you date men, they expect you to beg a lot of the times, and I can't. And so I've had multiple men tell me when they've dated me, it feels like you're the man and I'm not. That's the essence of like how screwed up our society is, right? It's like, I'm the man, I should be the one that's like, they feel like if they don't put in the effort, then they're gonna lose me. And it's like, you kind of are, because I'm getting bored, right? I don't know. And mind you, this was when I was well before the age of 25. So it's like, I'm not saying I'm that behavior is the best way to go about anything, right? It's just, it's a matter of maturing, I think, but also understanding that you don't want to settle into situations like that. where maybe you're the dominant one, or you're the one on top, or you're the one with all the leeway or the power. You shouldn't aim to be in that position either. You know what I mean? You should aim to be in a relationship where it's a push and pull. Everybody's benefiting, right? Both of y'all want to be there. And it's not that both of you need to be there. You guys want to live your lives around each other. We talk about decentering men. We talk about, self-love. But I think at the end of the day, the essence of all of that bullshit is like you being content with what you currently have. You learning how to be content with what you currently have, no matter what that is. And I know that's hard to say because a lot of people, damn, this gets dry really fast if I don't put plastic on it. Oh, shoot. A lot of people, they just like to argue. And this past week, you know what I've really learned is how to not, I've really started to become very uninterested in arguing with people on the internet. And I know I've said this before. Okay, I know I've said I'm going to stop arguing with people, but no, y'all. This past week, I have seriously just, something's happened. And I think it's me realizing that people on the internet coming onto my page to argue, in an effort to argue, I start to argue, comments get taken down. Mind you, my account is also on a ban warning. So yeah, I kind of need to get over arguing because I'm going to win the argument. And of course, TikTok's going to try and silence me. You know what I mean? But the thing is, oh God, I can't take this off real well. Looks good. Anyways, when I say you got to be content with what you have as you have it, many people will come on and argue with you and say, well, that's not really fair for you to say because you have all of this, right? I'm telling you that is kind of what needs to happen. Mind you, I'm probably in the same place as, a lot of people. I've been in darker places. I've gotten myself out to be in what I think is a pretty good place. Would some of these celebrities, would some of these influencers kill themselves if they switch lives with me right now? Probably. You know what I mean? It's not glamorous, but I like my life. You know what I mean? I like it without anybody in it. I like it with my current friendships. I'm open to new friendships. I'm open to relationships. Not so much where I'm at right now. I mean, right now I'm really trying to focus on other things because, mind you, I feel like I haven't been without a relationship since, I haven't been outside. I haven't been without a relationship since before middle school, right? I was always talking to somebody. I was always texting somebody. I always had somebody interested in me. It's just I looked back at that when I was turning 25 and I was like, what? How much time I've probably wasted. Do you get what I'm saying? All because what? I didn't want to be alone with my own thoughts. I didn't want to have some time to, not wonder who's going to text me when I'm going to get a text from this person or that person. That's what a lot of my life has been. Boring, right? Boring. That shit is boring. OMG. No. This past couple, not even couple years, these past 1.5 years, it has been truly liberating to genuinely, it's like, I'm not getting a text. I don't want to get a text. Who the hell is texting me? Right? Who the hell? Why do I have a missed call? Who? You know what I mean? It's just and I guess don't get me wrong. Yeah, I get texts from my friends and stuff and whatnot, which is nice. I love my friends to death. Did I say it here or did I say it on live earlier? I'm more of a soulmate with my friends type of person. I do have this feeling that I will end up being with somebody, right? And I will find a lover soulmate. I do have that feeling, but it might not happen, y'all. It might not, because of the way our society is. You might not end up with anybody, and that's okay. It's okay to have community that's not a lover with you, because many people in partnerships, that's not their lover either. That's somebody they hate. Do you want to be part of that statistic? Do you want to be part of those people? And I do say it with those people because I pity that. Do you know what I'm saying? That is not good. That is nothing to respect. People sit there and say, oh, I miss our grandparents' generation. 50 years of love. No, that's probably many, many years of forgiveness. Many years of wishing, what could have been if I was born a little later. If I as a woman was able to get my own credit card or get my own apartment. And oh, look at my granddaughters. So lucky. So lucky. But what do most women choose to end up doing anyways, despite all the freedoms that we do have, in our area? Because it's not like this everywhere in this world. What are we choosing? Most of us are choosing to be in relationships with men who don't like us. And that's another thing that I want to talk about. And I want to talk about it on TikTok as well. I think a lot of women can't take rejection either, right? Men get violent about it, which is like always the worst thing ever, right? But women do it in a way where it's like, this man is rejecting you. He's rejecting you. But you're staying and you're forcing it to happen, right? You don't know how to take rejection. This man is rejecting you. He's doing everything and anything to tell you that he doesn't like you. And he doesn't want you. And he doesn't see it with you. And you're not his person, right? And he's not ever going to make you feel that way. Unless he feels like it maybe a couple days out of the week. It's just like, no, a lot of these young women, they'll stay and they'll try to make it work and they'll put all their effort in because they're scared to be alone. They're not content with what they have, right? It's like constantly these thoughts of, I need a man, I need a man, I need a man. Even when they are productive with themselves and they get things done and they make a lot of money and they've gone to school and they, built a business or they have an amazing job that they love. It's like they'll go out and be like, now all I need is a man. Now all I need is a man. It's like, no, girl, you're set. You're set. And I bring that specific situation up because I just saw a video of a man on a date with a woman, and her describing all of that, and then him being disgusted with her after. And being like, well, you're a turnoff because you have everything and now you just need a man, right? Because most of these men don't like that. And a lot of these women, I think that they do that. Not all, but a lot of women don't do all of those amazing things for themselves. They do it so that they can make it easy. They think they're making it easy for a man to stay with them because they're like, I'm not a gold digger. I'm not a gold digger. I have it all. And you don't have to do anything to be with me, but you just have to love me. And then these men sit there and they're disgusted with you because they don't have all of that themselves. They're jealous of you, right? They're intimidated by you now. It's like women can't win almost. But the thing is that you're already winning. You just gotta take out the now all I need is a man mentality. You do. You know what I mean? Because then it's like, why do you need that? I feel like we have a bunch of older women in the nursing homes, and people go and say, what advice would you give to your younger self? And a lot of these older women are sitting there saying, I would never marry. I would never have married. Right? It's like, why don't we listen to them a little bit more? Why do we keep listening to people who are miserable? A lot of these adults, they're jealous of your youth. They're jealous of the freedom that you have right now that they had at one point too. But they gave it up to social norms and societal expectations, and they want you to do it too, so that they don't feel alone. I just want everybody to be a little bit careful so that they don't find themselves in situations where they're tolerated, they're not loved. A lot of people want to convince themselves that there's some sort of love there. There are so many aspects to what a happy life contains, right? And so maybe there is love. Hey, maybe there is love. But there's also contempt. Contempt, not content. Y'all aren't content with each other. You've settled for each other. And yeah, there's love that has grown, right? And you'd be sad if they passed away. But at the end of the day, like, y'all aren't happy, right? And then these people sit there and they're like, I can't believe the years went by so fast. It's just, not everybody says that. A lot of people towards the end of their life are like, yeah, I had a great time. The years went by really fast, but I enjoyed them with my person that I was meant to be with, right? And I feel like a lot of the times, many people do get lucky, right? Many people do get really lucky. But also, I think in order for you to get lucky, a lot of what that has to do with is you leaving it open for the universe to allow you to be lucky. Because you're probably not going to be lucky if you're always out and about with a man who hates you. You know what I mean? You're not going to be lucky if you're, just with a woman who, I mean, I'm just with her because she wants to be around, and, I don't want to be alone, and I'm just with her. What makes you think that you would get lucky? Do you know what I'm saying? That your plate is full. You're keeping your plate full with rotten food, but you're not getting rid of anything so that you can attract more. You're just festering, right? I don't want anybody to let their lives fester in misery. I really don't want anybody to do that, but we have to admit that most people, they will let their lives fester in this lifetime. They will be settling. I'm not going to be one of those people. Like, I am content with what I have. And I would never settle into a relationship where I'm just like, this is what it is. No. We'll leave. We will get divorced. We will break up. We will break that lease. I have broken leases, right? I have, canceled trips that were planned. It's not going to happen with me. I'm not going to settle like that. I'm not going to swallow my words and my pride because there's this facade going and we just need to get through this. No. I will let everybody know. Relationship's over. I don't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? I don't care. I can't suffer. I don't know if I just have this like aversion to it. Right? And so I don't understand how a lot of people will sit there and just, oh, why is this boy texting me? Like, he won't stop texting me. Why do you like to suffer? Block him. You know what I mean? It's the little things that build up to a life of suffering. And when you don't start making habits of, little versions of suffering, getting rid of that, how are you going to do the big versions of suffering? We just have to think a little more. We have to think, am I being tolerated or am I loved? And does that matter in this situation? With me and, me feeling tolerated in my class, the people on my TikTok live right now, they were like, maybe you're autistic, dude. Okay. I feel like maybe, but, I'm not diagnosed, so that's fine. But my class is going to end this semester. It's like, whatever. I'm going to do the readings. Maybe I'll talk less. I'll speak when I'm asked. But maybe I'll write down what I'm learning and what I have to say. And then maybe I'll share it with y'all on YouTube. That'll probably be even better because it's like me sharing them in that class. I don't really think those students, they're a little bit different than me. I'm registered in the class as a grad student. They are undergrad. So it's different, and I don't think that they really see my insight. They don't see it truly. They're, kind of, what's that word? I don't want to say pigeonholed, but, I don't know. They're pigeonholed. They're pigeonholed into what they're trying to get done. They're trying to get done so that they could, do what they're going for in their jobs or whatever. But yeah, that's probably what I'll do, but the class is going to end and I don't ever have to take this instructor again. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm tolerated, whatever, that's fine. But in a relationship, I'm not going to be tolerated. The second I see that you're suffering as well, I'm going to communicate that I know, and we're either going to fix it because we're not going to settle. And I've been with people who have wanted me to settle before. I've been with people who were like, it's fine. It's we could just work this out, right? No, we can't. I need to be where I'm loved and worshiped because that's the type of love that I give. And you deserve someone who's not just going to tolerate you as well. Sometimes I think that people hate each other so much that might be what it is as well. They don't even want to give you the opportunity to go and be loved the way that we all should be loved, right? They hate you so much that they're going to hoard you. Don't be that person, and don't let that happen to you. Don't let somebody do that to you. Are you loved or are you tolerated? And the sad thing is sometimes this happens with our blood relatives, our families. It's like, they don't really like me. They don't really love me. They tolerate me. It's like, do what you got to do to end up being independent, right? At the end of the day, there are studio apartments under $1,000. There are, it's learning how to be content with what you have now so that you can try to enjoy your circumstances. And of course there are going to be barriers, but at the end of the day, you could very well find yourself in a new situation very quickly. Many people find themselves in different situations within the year. It's just believing that it could never happen. Don't believe that things could never happen for you. You don't know, and you shouldn't really ever say never. Do you get what I mean? I think it's possible. Things are possible, but maybe they'd be even a little more possible if we all had certain mindsets where not as many of us settled. Because I sit here and I'm like, I think that I'm going to end up with, a soulmate lover. But it might not happen. And it might not happen because we do live in a society where my soulmate, my lover, might be out there settling. That doesn't give us the chance to meet up. You know what I mean? So it might not happen, right? And, things might pass you by. That's why they say when you get ideas, you also need to act on them quickly, because the universe is like a constant, like everything's always moving, right? Weren't you guys in science when it was like talking about even this is moving? It's just moving so fast to where it's solid, right? Things are always moving. And that you know, I think that also has to do with ideas and opportunities. Things are always moving, and you know, now the idea is with you. Are you gonna act on it? Or is the idea gonna go to somebody else who's gonna act on it? You know what I mean? It's like this information it's divine information, and it needs to be acted on by somebody. And it came to you first. Are you gonna act on it or not? Are you gonna take that opportunity or not? Right? Because the universe is gonna give it to somebody else. It's just like, you gotta, like, oh, here's your opportunity to meet your soulmate. Oh, but guess what? You're with this bum ass person that doesn't like you. You're in a relationship with them right now. So you're not going to act on your opportunity for whatever reason. You know, because of your loyalty to the situation you're in that you kind of shouldn't be in. You should be single, right? You should be enjoying your time alone. You shouldn't be settling. So yeah, that was what I was thinking about when I was cleaning my toilet. Okay, but my eyebrows look good. I probably need to wash my face. Maybe I'll let this go a little, because it's like, is there still product in here, or did I just dye these so white? Like, damn. Anyways, I'm trying to make the effort to post, y'all. I love those of you who do. Some of you told me that you just subscribed when I went on TikTok live. I love those of you that comment on my stuff. Really, it really means a lot. Let me know. I will also, somebody asked me to do a review of the Scarlet Letter once I finish. I of course will do that once I finish that book. And you know, I'll probably do it with every other book that I finish. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I'm going to try and read a lot during spring break, but I am going to definitely record another video in the next couple days so that I can keep up with posting the way that I said that I would. All right. Love y'all.